Hi, welcome to the class of reproductive biology. In the last class, we have discussed about the menstrual cycle. So, menstrual cycle is a reproductive cycle that is seen in primates. The menstrual cycle includes two different phases. One that happens in ovary, that is called ovarian cycle. The another one happens in the uterine changes happens in uterine cavity, that is called uterine cycle. The ovarian cycle includes a follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and the luteal phase, whereas the uterine cycle includes a menstrual phase. The menstrual phase comprises of a menstruation, then the proliferative phase, and the secretory phase. The menstrual cycle is the reproductive cycle that is seen in female primates. It's a cyclic periodical changes that happens in ovaries and uterus. They include changes in ovary also. There will be changes in uterus also. Okay, the ovarian cycle directs the preparation of endocrine tissue and ovulation. The menstrual cycle manages the preparation and maintenance of the uterine lining. The uterine changes is called menstrual phase that includes a menstruation, proliferation, and the secretion. The menstrual cycle is regulated by three different endocrine system endocrinal organs, that is the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and ovary. The hypothalamus secretes a GnRH hormone that stimulates the pituitary to release FSH and LH. The pituitary gland, in turn, that was stimulated by the GnRH hormone, secretes FSH and LH. The FSH and LH in turn stimulates the gonads. The female gonads are called ovaries. The ovaries releases estrogen and progesterone hormone. So, this is the diagrammatic view of endocrine regulation of the menstrual cycle. The hypothalamus that secretes GnRH hormone. The GnRH hormone stimulates the anterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary releases the FSH and LH hormone. The FSH and LH acts on ovaries. The ovaries produces the follicles or gametes, that is called ova, and the ovaries releases the developed follicle or developed ovum or secondary oocyte, that is called ovulation. Then the ovaries secretes a hormone called estrogen and progesterone. The estrogen and progesterone acts on the uterine wall to maintain the pregnancy or to prepare for implantation. The ovarian changes includes follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and luteal phase. During follicular phase, there will be slowly rising secretion of FSH and LH. The FSH stimulates the growth of ovarian follicles. When FSH decreases, the one follicle continues to develop. The follicle cells is surrounded by a granulosa cells. The granulosa cells produces the estrogen and progesterone. The progesterone maintains the endometrial lining and it prepares for implantation and to maintain the pregnancy. During ovulatory phase, there is a surge of LH and FSH. Surge means peak. There is a peak of LH and FSH. The LH stimulates the release of ovum. The process is called ovulation by rupturing a graphene follicle. The process is called luteinization. So then, at the end stage of the ovulatory phase, there is a decrease of estrogen level. So after ovulatory phase, there is a increase in progesterone level. The next phase is called luteal phase. So during luteal phase, there is a decrease in concentration of or level of LH and FSH. The ruptured follicle, graphene follicle, develops into a yellow body structure called corpus luteum. This corpus luteum secretes a progesterone hormone. The estrogen and progesterone hormone causes thickening of uterus that prepares for implantation. If there is no fertilization, there will be degeneration of corpus luteum, so that decrease in progesterone and estrogen. And the last stage, that's the uterus stage, that includes a menstrual phase. So during menstrual phase, there is a decrease in progesterone and estrogen. So when the progesterone and estrogen get decreased, the shedding of endometrial lining and menstrual bleeding occurs. The endometrial wall releases the prostaglandins. The prostaglandins causes the contraction of the uterine smooth muscles and slugging of the degraded endometrial tissue. So within 2 days after the start of menstruation, the estrogen produced by growing follicles starts to stimulate the regeneration of the surface endometrial epithelium. So this is the diagrammatic view of menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle comprises of a menstruation, proliferative and secretory phase. So during the menstrual phase, there will be decrease in FSH and LH. So there will be decrease in all kind of hormones. Okay, so look here. So the different kind of graphs indicates a different kind of hormones. So during menstrual cycle, there will be rise in body temperature from 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, each graph represent a different kind of hormones. The blue one represent estrogen, the green one represent LH hormone, the red one represent FSH hormone, and the black one represents progesterone. Okay, so during follicular phase there will be increase in the concentration of FSH hormone and LH hormone. During ovulatory phase there will be surge of LH hormone. Okay, during luteal phase there will be surge of progesterone hormone. So this is the summary of today's class. Hypothalamus releases the GnRH hormone. The GnRH hormone releases the FSH and LH. It stimulates the anterior pituitary to release the FSH and LH hormone. The FSH maintains the cyclic recruitment of anterior follicles with granulosa cells multiplications. During that stage, the one cell become a dominant, that is called dominant follicle, that secrete the granulosa cells that surround the follicular cells secretes the estrogen. The estrogen helps in proliferation of endometrial wall. The LH hormone influences the stimulates the release of ovum, that is called ovulation, where the dominant follicle undergoes meiosis 1 with LH. The 36 hours later it ruptures and releases the secondary oocyte. The rupture stage is called luteinization and the release of ovum is called ovulation. After the rupturing of Graafian follicle, it gets converted into a yellow body called corpus luteum. The corpus luteum dies 14 days after ovulation. The corpus luteum secretes progesterone and estrogen that helps in maintaining the endometrial wall, the preparation for the preparation of the implantation. The secondary oocyte, that's called in fetus, secretes the fetal HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Both the progesterone and HCG is called pregnancy hormone. They maintain a pregnancy. So after that there will be secretory phase where there will be endometrial wall will be re-maintained.